The new season dropped a couple of days ago and brought in some major changes. As well as the usual Battle Pass and Season Pack, we have also seen the first expansion to Trophy Road for over 2 years. Alongside these additions was also a significant balance patch, which I will talk about in a minute. The Battle Pass is pretty standard. It's the usual mix of cosmetics, parts and blueprints. There's a couple of new epic weapons, a grenade launcher and a rocket launcher. I hear they're fun, but to be honest I'm not so interested in those because I already have a legendary rocket launcher and grenade launcher with Waltz and Retcher. More interesting than those, to me at least, is a new legendary module which does some kind of damage absorption type thing that could have potential. And most exciting of all is the new heavy legendary cab, Yokozuna, which has a shockwave type thing on the perk, which pushes people, turrets, mines away from you. And yeah, it seems to be pretty good, at least the ones I've fought against, and I can't wait to unlock it. The season pack this time around is classic XOM OP release. It comes with a mine layer that, I know what you're thinking, mine layer is not that powerful, but this thing has crazy damage. If you get it set up right, you can see it there, shreds through things. It's got good range, it's just generally obnoxious. Funnily enough, it's not actually too difficult to counter. You can fry the little boxes it sends out with sparks, or shoot the guns off using something long range like cyclones, cannons, whatever, because they come off quite easily. But even though it's quite easy to counter, I do think it's probably going to get a nerf. I would be very surprised if it's not nerfed soon. As well as the new launchery things, there's these new legs. T-Rex, very high tonnage and durability, designed to work as a pair as far as I can tell, and can be used to make chickens, dinosaurs, or even this guy. Look at him go. Staying on the topic of legs, the new Trophy Road update brings both common and rare legs to free-to-play players. They're obviously not quite as good as the epic versions, but it's very exciting that they're released to free players at all, really. It's unprecedented. As well as the new things, there's also a lot of previously paywalled content, medians, hovers, photon cabs, various plasma guns and the quantum cab that are now available to free-to-play players. Even given Pulsar and Helios are precursors, Scorpions and Hyperion relics, if you can ignore the uranium problem, are now much easier to get for free or low spending players, and it's a hugely positive sign that they are doing a release like this at all, because some of us had kind of given up over 2 years. So hopefully more Trophy Road to come in the future. It's not all sunshine, roses and overpowered electro mines though, sadly. The additions have come with a bunch of balance changes. Some very wide sweeping balance changes. They've killed Demon Harvester, which, to be honest, we kind of all expected. A lot of people didn't like it, and the number of complaints meant they had to kill it. That's fine, but the way the changes have been implemented affect far more than just one niche build. From now on, if you have a speed limit on your movement part, for example 50 kilometers an hour for these hovers, or 70 for these tracks, that's your speed limit. Using an Omnibox or a Demon Cab, first mode, that's not going to increase the speed limit anymore. Using a speed boost module, which the whole point of is decrease your speed. Nope, you hit the speed boost module, you're not going over 70 kmh. Even the Bear Cab, which the whole point, you can read in the perk there, the maximum speed of installed tracks is increased by 10%. Well, haha, surprise, it isn't. Yeah, so that's a lot more than just demon harvesters affected. My own cyclone rig here, Omnibox Cyclones, used to rely on speed to stay alive, and it's considerably less now. Although I do notice that it's showing 55, which implies my engine's working? I'm not sure. We still need to, as a community, work out the exact effects of this nerf, but it's a pretty big one.
The scale of the nerfs is so huge that I suspect it's an active attempt to shift the meta by the developers. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say Omnibox changed the game when it came out, but sadly I fear its time on top has passed. Assuming there's no U-turn, we can expect to see a new meta emerge. I'm not quite sure what that looks like, but it's, for the time being at least, looking like small fast rigs on wheels versus big, heavy, tough, slow monstrosities. Walking, hovering, you name it. They can still do it, but much more slowly.
As for me personally, losing the mobility from my Omni rigs is pretty annoying, but I'm quite lucky that I have plenty of options to try and replace it. I've come up with this wheeled trucker rig to replace the Omni one, and it's doing me quite well. Cyclones are still cyclones, bit less rapid fire now, bit more splash damage. It balances out. It's a newbie looking rig, and funnily enough is very similar to the one I used Clan War way back when I first started. So hopefully I can find a picture and show it on the screen. Yeah, this isn't the first time they've killed a bunch of rigs, and it's not going to be the last time they kill a bunch of rigs. And all we can do is rebuild, carry on, and yeah, try to work out what still works and what needs to change. Or you can quit, I guess. That's the other option.
One thing I'm pretty sure I'm unlikely to be able to replicate anytime soon is my Leviathan. Sadly, that really did benefit from the Omnibox speed boost, and it's going to be sad to lose it. But as this little clip I'm showing you now will hopefully illustrate, I was already losing interest in the mode because it's a bit swingy. You're either winning or you very much aren't. I made a couple of tactical errors here. I should have had more awareness of the small guys, but what can you do? How are you going to fight this?
That's it for me today. Please drop a like if you want to see more videos like this, and subscribe so you're notified when I eventually make more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Things are ridiculous. It's got 20 something durability. Oh my god. Yeah.